What is up, nerds? It's Pat from the Nerds You're Looking For podcast, and today I gotta talk about these dumbass Pokemon Go players. But before we do that, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, ding that bell, smash that like button. So earlier this week, I got to talk about some good Pokemon Go news. Unfortunately, today we are back to talking about shitty Pokemon Go news. However, today it's a little bit different because the shitty news isn't the fault of Niantic. It was actually a couple of D-bag Pokemon Go players that I want to talk about today. So there is a father and son duo in St. Louis that was playing Pokemon Go, and another player accused them of stealing and apparently threw a Gatorade bottle at them. They chased this person down and beat the shit out of him. And apparently, according to the news article that I read, this particular person suffered what they called a traumatic eye injury. And obviously, I'm not defending what the father and son did, but it sounded like the other guy was a bit of a douchebag too. So nobody was really in the right when it came to this situation. But the dad was 71 fucking years old. So at that point in your life, you shouldn't be chasing somebody else down and beating the shit out of them over a game. I mean, honestly, let's be real. You shouldn't be doing that shit anyways, but especially when you're 71 years old. And this is something I kind of touched on, I believe it was Monday's video when I talked about somebody calling in a bomb threat to a Nintendo store in New York City. Yeah, you heard me right if you didn't watch that video. There was a dumbass that called in a bomb threat at a Nintendo store in New York City because, get this, they removed the Super Smash Bros. Kiosks from that store. And I mentioned in that video that stories like that give people that want to blame violent video games for violent people ammunition to do so. Now, of course, this Pokemon Go story I don't think necessarily falls in that category. Not to say that it isn't shitty. Of course it is. There should never be a fight over Pokemon Go. That's ridiculous. But I don't think that you can argue that Pokemon Go is really a violent video game. But what this does, and why I bring this up, is because stories like this allow people to marginalize gamers. They see stories like this and think, wow, those gamers are crazy people and they shouldn't be taken seriously. And that's what pisses me off. Of course, they shouldn't have done it to begin with. But now that it's happened, people are going to look at that and think, wow, gamers are dumbasses. Like these guys are dumbasses. And we shouldn't take them seriously. And we're going to continue to be marginalized because people like this don't have perspective in their lives. They either send bomb threats because they took away Super Smash Bros. Or beat the shit out of somebody because they accuse them of cheating at a fucking mobile game. I love Pokemon Go just as much as the next person, but there is absolutely no way that I would start a fight over it. Honestly, I'm not a very violent person to begin with. There are very few things in the world that make me want to fight somebody, and Pokemon Go is so fucking far down that list. It just pisses me off that people continue to do stupid shit and give ammunition to people that want to marginalize gamers. But of course, that's just my humble opinion. If you nerds have a different opinion, I want to hear it in the comment section below. And like I said earlier, I really appreciate if you smash that subscribe button, ding that bell, hit that like button. That helps us out a lot. We're still a tiny YouTube channel, and any interaction we get from you guys really helps us. It helps us compete with these big YouTube channels. So we definitely appreciate that. As always, I will put everything, including the links to our podcast, The Nerd You're Looking For, in the video description. For Patrick Kuhn, I am the nerd you're looking for. Take it easy, nerds.